Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están todos? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Soy RoyPlay. Antes de comenzar, quiero comentar que estamos de vuelta haciendo vídeos y transmisiones en vivo en el canal de YouTube y también Twitch. Así que les invito a que les den su me gusta y compartirlo con todos sus amigos. Y el día de hoy pues vamos a continuar con nuestra aventura de Genshin Impact. Lo habíamos dejado justamente en esta continuación del gran y poderoso Shogun que habíamos derrotado anteriormente. Así que en esta ocasión pues algo ocurre con la ciudad de Inazuma. Y el día de hoy pues vamos a ver qué es lo que nos está avisando. Así que ahora sí, dicho todo esto, comencemos.
Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosque. The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was Kazari's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it. Time to teach them a lesson. They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryu Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous Rift Hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, A great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
We are lucky.
One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going to...
Pues una vez derrotamos a los primeros enemigos en los alrededores, pues nos topamos justamente con
It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories.
el que era anteriormente su mentor
Well, okay.
del gran y poderoso Shogun.
That I need the almighty Shogun
Así que estuvimos conversando con él un buen rato. Y ya después de hacer
stroke of good fortune.
su vuelta, pues justamente pues vamos a conseguir un juego de té para compartir
From the Yashiro
con,
Commission.
con él.
Sure. I'll fix that for you
Pero
right away. Please
justamente
step into the courtyard and have
mientras
breakfast,
esperamos
Almighty Shogun.
a
And I'll
allá,
inform my lord
pues
about your visit immediately.
el Raiden
She said, "I'll
de
bring that here
Shogun
as soon as
pues
it's ready."
nos empieza
Please,
a
I'm not
conversar
here to
un
see
poquito
Commissioner
sobre
Kamisato.
su
Actually,
historia
I prefer to spend this time chatting
con
with
ella
Trevor.
misma y con
Please, fetch the tea set
su-
at your convenience.
con su,
No, no, no.
con su
I'm a
hermana
humble servant.
Makoto.
I daren't think of my own convenience when
Así
the
que
Almighty Shogun
pues
graces me with her
vamos a
presence. I'll deal
empezar a
with it right away.
escuchar
He
su,
wouldn't have gone looking
su
for a
historia.
tea set
Y ya
himself,
una,
would he?
y ya una vez que nos comenzó con él, pues lamentablemente
Perhaps they
llegamos
realized
nuevamente
it would
aquí
have
a
the
la
power
zona
to
donde
sustain
nos
him
estaba
for very
esperando
So,
su mentor,
So we
pero
won't
ya
get to
había
drink his
ya
tea.
trascendido el tiempo.
we didn't even have a chance
Así
to say
que
goodbye.
pues vamos a nos da un
The
poquito
information held in
de
the ley
pena.
lines is complex and
Así
disorderly.
que en honor a
The
él,
fact
pues
that we were able to
vamos
meet him
a
to begin with was a
estar un
miracle of
momentito
fate.
en silencio para honrarle su despedida como es debido. Así que vamos a disfrutar de
This chance
este
won't come often.
momento tan
We do have a
conmovedor
tea set.
y
Perhaps
ojalá
I should
que lo
try my
puedan
hand at
disfrutarlo.
making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person,
Pues ya después
Sister,
de que empezamos a escuchar un poquito toda la historia,
I
pues
heard that you were looking for
lo
your
vamos a
friend.
dejarlo
You mean to say
por
that
aquí.
she was somehow
Si
involved
quieren
in the Conria
ver
disaster?
cómo acaba esa ya la historia, pues no se olviden
I'm sorry.
de estar de compartir
I wasn't
ese
there for the whole thing.
gran video, darle su
By the time I
me
arrived,
gusta para que de esa manera pues ya pueda traer esta segunda
also,
parte.
my mind was consumed entirely
Si
with the plight of
quieren
Inazuma
ven a ver cómo
and the fate
va a
of those
terminar
closest
esta
to
gran
me.
ni historia,
I am afraid I can't help
pues ya saben cómo
well,
darle su me gusta, dejar en la caja de los comentarios
boy,
qué les
both of you have
pareció.
experienced
Y también si
great
quieren
tragedy.
compartirlo, pues también me hacen que yo
Let
traiga
us
más
honor the Tea Master's memory.
vídeos.
Thank you, Destiny, for
Y
giving
ahí
us the
nos-
chance to meet again.
Ahí nos veremos en la siguiente transmisión. Gracias y hasta pronto. Chao.